Alright, people, I want to make a video on my favorite games of all time because I don't think I've ever shared them before. And so I'm going to do my top 10 favorite games of all time. So, yeah, let's get into it. So I'll start from number 10. We'll go from 10 to 1. 10, I think I'm gonna start off immediately with controversy because I know this isn't the best game. This probably isn't the best game in its series, but this is one that I probably love personally. Assassin's Creed Origins. I love Assassin's Creed Origins. I think it has a great story. And I know the RPG Assassin's Creed games are kind of not really received well and stuff like that. And I can definitely agree that maybe when it comes to Assassin's Creed games that, the RPG games aren't really its strong point, but I love RPG games in general, and Assassin's Creed Origins is just one of those games where I feel like it has a lot of strengths that it does really good. I love the setting of Egypt. I love Bayek. I love everyone in the game. I think it's just overall like a great game, and it's really cool that you can be able to climb like the pyramids and stuff like that. I think that's really sick. So 9 is probably the last, like the most current like new game on the list probably, and that's because it literally came out like a couple weeks ago, and that's 007 First Light. Going into it, I wasn't expecting much because I know jack shit about James Bond, but I was really surprised. I thought it was a great game from beginning to end. I love the action sequences. I love the set pieces. As someone who loves gaming, it's a cool way for me to kind of get introduced into this world and introduced to this character. I love it. I thought it was a great game, and it definitely deserves the praise that it gets and the reviews it gets. So for 8, I wanted to add a Call of Duty game on here, and there was a couple of games that I was thinking. I was thinking Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 maybe, but one that I probably enjoy the most is Black Ops 2. I think Black Ops 2 is probably my favorite Call of Duty game. I think the story of it is just so like iconic and nostalgic. I think Raul Menendez is probably like the most terrifying villain in Call of Duty history. I think he's more terrifying than Makarov, to be honest. Makarov, he wanted to start World War III, but Menendez got a entire military drone fleet to attack its own military, and I think that's badass. That's badass, and I think it's just a great game. I enjoyed it. It's amazing. So for number 7, it's Resident Evil 4. This is a weird spot because I could have put either Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil Requiem on here. I think those two games are probably like my favorite Resident Evil games, but I decided to put Resident Evil 4 on here because number 1, that one has Ada in it. Number 2, I just prefer the story more. I prefer the story more, the characters more, and I don't know. I love the more action-driven Resident Evil games. I think those ones are cool, and I enjoyed it. So number 6 is GTA 4. This game, actually, you know what? No. Number 6 is GTA 5, and number 5 will be GTA 4. Sorry, but I'm switching it around. So, yeah, number 6 is GTA 5, because this game, it's just, childhood, I grew up playing the game. I have such a deep affection to the game, into the characters of it, and, I think it will be, just something I'll, like, never forget. Like, the times I played that game is crazy. I think I played it, like, a goal to, like, 12, 13 times by now, but GTA 4, the reason why I have that ahead is because I love the more darker themes and like kind of like gritty theme of the game. And, all the complaints that I had about the game before, you kind of get used to as you play the game. Like, my biggest complaint of the game was the driving. And when I was doing my playthrough of it, I kind of got used to the driving. I was like, wow, the driving is honestly not that bad. And I don't know if it's like how everybody describes it, where it's kind of like a more of like simulated rather than like arcadey. I don't know if that's really what I would say, but you can definitely see like the difference between the two games with their driving physics. And I just enjoyed GTA 4's driving physics. Like they genuinely like I genuinely got used to them. And then so yeah, GTA 4 is number 5 for me because, again, it's more gritty, more, dark and stuff like that. And I love Nico as a protagonist. I'm going to put it frank. I love Nico as a protagonist. I think he's well written. I think Michael Hawley did a great job with his performance as the character. And I think he needs a lot more praise for it because he just nailed it out of the park. And, he's not even Eastern European, so, to play the role of like a Eastern European guy, with an accent like that, like he did really good with it. And I enjoyed his performance. For number 4, I think people are going to be shocked I have it this low, but it's Red Dead Redemption 2. So this game did used to be my favorite game of all time, but, the more I've kind of just played games, the more, I feel like a more appreciation for them. So I'm putting this one at 4. I still love it. I love Arthur's story. I think Arthur Morgan is one of the best written protagonists in video game history. I think, his entire story from like beginning to end is just so good. Roger Clark, I think he nailed his performance in it. I think, he deserves like all the praise in the world for it because he was just incredible in the game. And everything else, like the story, the action, and the one thing that does lack for me is the gameplay. I think the gameplay can be a little bit lackluster, especially like revolving around like the hand-to-hand combat. But to be fair, the hand-to-hand combat is not the main focus of the game. The main focus of the game is story-driven, and that's what kind of Rockstar's games have always been. And so, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is number 4 for me. Oh, man. Number 3 is God of War Ragnarok. When this game came out, when I first played this game for like a year was my favorite game of all time. I loved it. It was so good, and it still is. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. I think the game is so good because of its gameplay and its story. Like, usually when you see a game, you will praise the game for like its story, or you will praise it for your gameplay. You won't usually praise it for two things, but for this game, I love the story and I love the gameplay, and I think that's what its biggest strength is. It has good gameplay, it has a good story, and it's top tier. I loved it from beginning to end. Oh, another thing I really like the game is the music is so good. I love the music. Like the theme called, I think, Letting Go. Incredible. I forget what the guy who made the music I forget what his name is, but whoever he is, like, did such a good job with the music. It's incredible. So here's the thing about the second to last one. The second to last one is technically 2 games, but the 2 games are like part of like a remake trilogy for the original game. So I'm going to count them as one game for this. And these are the Final Fantasy remake games. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh my god, I love those games. I love every part of those games, and I think Final Fantasy VII Revelation is probably like my most anticipated game right now, and I'm probably excited for it more than GTA 6. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm so excited for the game. as you guys can see from the reaction or whatever when I watch Summer Game Fest. But yeah, I love those games so much. And the biggest thing that I love about the games is like the family dynamic that you feel with all the characters. All the characters don't feel like they're friends. They feel like they are a family. They feel like that you are part of like a wider family, that you're part of something. And I love it. I fucking love it. It is so good. I would love to play the original game at some point. I may play it after Revelations comes out, but yeah, but both of them are just so good. I love the combat. I love the story, the dynamics with everyone, you know. And I love all the characters, you know. I love Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, Barret, everyone else. Like, so good, so good. And if Revelations comes out and it's as incredible as the last two were, then they could have a chance to break number one, which currently is held by Cyberpunk 2077. This game is pure perfection, in my opinion. Pure perfection in the sense that the only flaw I have for it is the fact that there is no New Game Plus. That is it. I think that being the flaw, it kind of really ruins the replayability of the game. But with that said, I fucking love the game. I'm not gonna, not gonna like sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna like, twist my words around it. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I fucking love Cyberpunk 2077. It is my favorite game of all time, for sure. I love Night City. As you guys know, like, I'm a big like city kind of guy, and so I love the more urban settings and stuff like that. And I also love like the cyberpunk like setting, like the cyberpunk like aesthetic kind of, or like cyberpunk genre. And so, to just see like all those like the vibrant lights and the big billboards and holographs in the game and stuff, like, was surreal. I have nothing but like love for Cyberpunk 2077. It's by far my favorite game of all time. And it's not just for like the setting, but like the story itself is incredible. The decisions you make, they actually have like a real impact. The gameplay is incredible. Like, I don't know what more I could say on it other than the game is a masterpiece. It is just genuinely a masterpiece. So yeah, those are my top 10 favorite games of all time. Again, if Revelation comes out, Cyberpunk 2077 could be topped, but right now it's standing alone right now. It's standing alone. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna go play some Final Fantasy Rebirth because I want to. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.